Good morning all. This is a video on how to install the currency strength meter histogram indicator, CSM, which stands for currency strength meter. The guy who did it is Hanover, and he's doing lots of good stuff on Forex Factory, so any likes and comments on that page would be appreciated, but you don't have to. But you know, he's done some really good work, and it's so good is that we're including this on our QuasiDB morning bulletin. However, the reason for making this video is that the installation isn't as you'd expect. There's an additional step that completely threw me, and I've never done it before on an indicator. So I'll talk to you how to go through that step when we get there. So it's quite easy, but it was a bit unexpected. So you click the attached file, and then you go to show all like you would normally, and then you go to show in folder, and then double click, and then what we want to do is extract it. That's fine, and then yeah, that's fine. And so MQL4 is going to go into your your data folder, and then we just grab that across to the left, and we drag this one to the right, and so MQL4 goes into MQL4, but we don't have to worry about experts or scripts. Just we need to grab those files, they're important, okay, and you need to bring the indicator in as well. Once you've done that, that's fine, and so you copy them across. I hope that's quite straightforward. Now the bit that threw me was this. Where does this go? And I was so I figured it might go in here. Like you think maybe it might go in here. You might have to create a folder, but it's not the case. What you need to do is go to Windows Search and type in fonts, font settings, and then that's where you want to drag it. That's where these files here, go in there. Okay, and there. And then once you've done that, then the indicator loads. So obviously you have to go to View, Navigator. You'd have to refresh it, and CSM there, and that's that. So that's how you get it to look like that. You can do 1 minute and 5 minutes, but it's a bit. You don't really need 5 minutes and 1 minute. But yeah, it's up to you. It's completely up to you. But you can just tweak the settings. And what's quite cool, we can see the dollar was like super strong, and it's still the strongest, but it's like losing a little bit of strength on on this time frame, on this histogram. So what's that? Pound. That's interesting. Yeah, pound. Okay, so the pound might be worth taking note of, and how you can use this is quite useful, because you know how the currencies are fundamentally driven by risk. So the dollar is a safe haven like the yen. However, the pound's quite risky, so the pound doing well might indicate a little bit of a risk-on scenario brewing, especially if the riskier currencies join, like the Aussie and the Kiwi. If the pound does get stronger, then it might indicate we might be reversed on risk, potentially. So this is how you could use it, because of the connection of the fundamentals. Also, this might be useful too, and that the dollar is still really strong, but it might just be losing a little bit of strength over time. But at the end of the day, it's still mega strong because it's at the top. So maybe that was useful. Hopefully that made sense about where you put the font files. It did completely through me, and I had to ask for help. So what I'll do is put the files onto the starter pack, and you can always go to that URL to get the files anyway, but just for ease of use, I'll put them on the starter pack. So hopefully it was helpful, and any likes and subscribes would be cool. If you want to support this guy, just put a like or whatever you need to do on his page. He's done a lot of good work, so thanks to him and kudos to him really. So it's all good, and we'll see how we go with things, because we're quite choppy at the moment because of the fundamentals. So it might just be going up to FOMC where it's going to be decision time, and then we know we might get more clarity at the FMC next week. So, and we've got end of month. Don't forget, end of month flows. So have a good day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow morning for the bulletin.